Hare Krishna. So, any key points from our last session? Then we can move further. Chanda Mataji, you can start.
Yes, Prabhuji. Last session we have done 6 to 10 shloka. So we started with the vision of the Mahabhagavata. So key idea was there that one who sees all the beings in relation with Supreme Lord and the Supreme Lord within all being. So that is the most core concept and idea of mantra 6 and core teaching, where we have explained that Uttama Adhikari and Uttama Adhikari. So such devotee who the characteristic of Uttama Adhikari, he who sees Krishna everywhere and see every being as a part and parcel of Lord Krishna, and he has no hatred at all, envy or discrimination. So parallel references were given from the Bhagavadgita also, that a learned sage sees with equal vision a brahmana and a cow, elephant, or a dog eater. So this is not artificial quality, but a spiritual vision of the sage. Sage in the sense one who is in totally into Krishna consciousness. Then you have explained us 3 levels of devotees, and one is Kanishtka Adhikari, and second one is Madhyama, and the third one is Uttama Adhikari. So in detail you have explained that Kanishtka Adhikari is who is new in bhakti. Faith is weak and faith can be shaken by arguments, and mostly sees deity but not devotees. Mostly deity just they see, and but the devotion and that part is missing. Madhyamadhikari, they have firm faith and they have 4 qualities like loves Krishna, be friends with the devotee, and then they are very innocent and avoids envious, can distinguish devotees, non-devotees, and atheist. They are able to distinguish or classify. Then Uttama Adhikaris are those who sees everyone as Krishna's servant. No enemies, completely self-satisfied. That is one word you have used, Atma Rama, and has no material expectations. Then
Yeah, before moving further, so devotees, 3 categories, what we said, Kanishta Adhikari. So, they are also devotees.
yes.
Okay, only thing is the faith is not strong and they can't win the arguments. Yeah.
And important principle with this mantra, you said that we should see through Shastra Chakshus. So what is the main, like our senses are very weak, and it is not the real we see, that is the truth. So what is truth and how can we view? So that is the Shastra Chakshu, through the eyes of scriptures, not through the material senses. Then we moved on the mantra 7. So oneness in quality, difference in quantity. So what it is all about, the main concept here is one who sees all living being as a spiritual spark, equal in quality. Sorry, Prabhuji, somebody's at the door.
So, what Mataji was telling is, we are equal in quality, but quantitatively we are not equal. We are very minute. So that is what Mataji was telling. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. So then we talked about Srila Jiva Goswami, where his vision and what he has given, and through him actually we are following the lineage. So same quality as Krishna, Satchita, Ananda, and then infinite quantity. Quantity by quantity, we can't, it is expanded as the whole universe beyond that. So that is the quantity. Quality we have. For example, you have given drop of water in the ocean and the spark of the fire. So oneness also you said that does not means that we are merging to God. No. So real happiness, what is that is Ananda. And Ananda is like beyond Maya. So Veda says we are pleasure seeking by nature, misunderstanding what we have misunderstood by that what we are enjoying, that is the reality. Actually it is not. So serving Krishna is the reality, and that is the real enjoyment for the soul which we are carrying within us. So Krishna enjoys, and he is to be being served by us, by all devotees. Then core understanding, you gave us that Krishna is the supreme whole and soul to whom we are serving, and through us all the enjoyment he is getting. Then you have said about peace formula also, that Krishna is the supreme proprietor, supreme enjoyer, and supreme friend. Then 7.14 Bhagavad Gita. So only those who surrender can cross the Maya, that is Maya Tarantite. Shloka 7.14. So acceptance of situation as Krishna's mercies reduces suffering. Then mantra 8, qualities of the Supreme Lord. It talks about all the qualities. So he is uncontaminated. Then he is omniscient and self-luminous, spiritual. Then supreme philosopher, and he is the greatest of all. Beyond that, nothing is there. And he is beyond Maya. So important clarification that comes through this mantra is Krishna's body is not material. Body, mind, and soul are one for him. It is one, it is non-difference. Then you said Archa Vigraha, deity, is non-different from Krishna. So he transcends in the form of deity, which we serve and we surrender. So seeing deity as a stone is Kanishka Adhikari. They are also devotee, but at that stage they don't realize the Paramatma into it. Then analogy you have given, sun purifies. Sun is Sarve Sarva, right? It does not discriminate that I will give the sunlight to this place only or that place only. It is for all, and it purifies all. So devotee may have faults, but they are on the progress. They are progressing, and they are on their journey, they are getting purified. So Bhagavad Gita 9.3 you have mentioned there. Then even if a devotee falls, he is still saintly if sincerely engaged in the service of Lord. Then mantra 9 to 10, two types of ignorance, that is vidya, avidya, and misguided vidya. So you said that misguided vidya is more dangerous, even more dangerous than the ignorance one, that is avidya. So analogies by Srila Prabhupada, you have mentioned that a jewel on a cobra's hood and decorating a dead body. Then mantra 10, true knowledge. It talks about the true knowledge. Then what is true knowledge? Vidya. That liberates us, that gives the sense of liberation, that gives the existence of Ishvara in every being and self-realization. Avidya is the deeper bondage. How the deeper bondage comes when in the sense gratification, for that we are entangled with the materialistic world, and that is the most avidya for us. That is the ignorance where we fall down, and with the vidya, that is the sense of Ishvara, make us rise through the spiritual master. And then the qualities of real knowledge, what are those? How it comes, how you feel, or how it reflects to others. That is the humility, tolerance, and simplicity, detachment, and accepting the Guru, the lotus feet of Guru, and the steadiness in bhakti.
Very
Then
nice, Mataji. Still more? Yeah, continue. You are touching on all the important philosophies we discussed. You can continue and
And
complete.
the key takeaway that true knowledge is transformational, not information. That is transforming soul and raising the level of sattva to gunatita. That is the true knowledge. So knowledge descends through from where? That is Guru Parampara. Then chanting purifies what? Chanting purifies our heart, and associating determines the progress. So association with the devotees. Then goal of life should be pure devotional service. So this is what Prabhuji I have noted down. And true education is learning who we are and who Krishna is and how to revive our eternal longing for Krishna. That's all, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol Mataji. I think you have understood the right philosophy of our Bhakti Shastri. Okay,
Your blessing, Prabhuji.
it is Guru Parampara's blessings. But you have covered most of the point, and this is what the philosophy we need to take post Bhakti Shastri also, and try to live this philosophy. And how we can live this philosophy is by preaching this philosophy to as many conditioned souls as possible. Otherwise, our memory is so short. The Kali Yuga is designed in such a way that if we don't keep repeating this, we will stop implementing these lessons in our own life. And then we see very few stay back out of thousands who endeavor. That is what we learned from Bhagavad Gita. So how those few stay back in this process is by Shravanam Kirtanam. Yeah, continue to hear the glories of the Lord and continue to speak the glories of the Lord. This way we are intact in this path. This is a key lesson we all have to take further. So you did not leave anything else for me or other participants to add. So let us move on for today. So we discuss about mantra 11, which basically talks about one must know the relative positions of both material as well as spiritual nature. Only then we can transcend the material nature and attain deathlessness. This is like knowing do's. If I want to put up into a very small, simple example, knowing the do's and don'ts of traffic rules. Okay, you know what to do while you are driving a car or riding a bike, and also you need to know what you are not supposed to do, right? Only then you will reach your destination without any fines or hiccups, hurdles in between by the traffic police. So this sloka today, we talk about that. So very nice sloka. It says, Vidyam cha yastad vedo bimsaha avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyayam ratam ashnute. So somebody wish to read this translation? Please keep the hands raised for translation so I can pick some of you.
Prabhuji, may I? Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, you can continue. All other who have raised the hand will give chance as we progress.
Prabhuji, shall I read?
Yes, Mataji, you can start.
Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Mataji. So the central learning, central teaching of this shloka is repeated liberation from the repeated birth and death comes from the knowledge of Vidya and Avidya. And Prabhupada says in his purport that material advancement alone cannot guarantee the immortality. In fact, what is material science today? Modern science, what it can do is it can accelerate death, discovery of nuclear bombs, many such things. It can accelerate death, but none of the modern innovation can protect us from the cruel hands of Kali or the Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, the birth, old age, disease, death. So any modern science cannot protect us, save us from this, right? So the true freedom only comes from the Vidya, that is a transcendental knowledge, and Bhakti, devotion or devotional service to the Lord. Devotion is nothing other than devotional service. That is why so much of importance is given to the service. So last week I was in Lucknow on Ekadashi day, and post our work I had my late night flight, so we got a chance after our meeting to go to ISKCON temple in Lucknow. So one of my colleague was also with me. I took him, and the way what he saw there, the service attitude of the devotees. So they welcomed us. They gave us Ekadashi Prasadam that particular day. So this service attitude is what makes the difference with the devotees who are going to ISKCON, or there are so many people are visiting temples. The devotion is there, but the devotional service what stands apart. And the person who had come with me, he appreciated this devotional service, the bhav, seva bhav. So Madhura Manushi Ganga Mataji, can you please read this for us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you. Balanced view on life. Miseries of the world remind us that we must be engaged in the process of Vidya. Both positive, direct knowledge, and negative, indirect, must are there. If you, for example, think that life is bad, you will start to negate it and end up as an impersonalist. If life is too good and you add some Krishna to it, then you might end as a Sahajiya, taking Krishna cheaply in material way, only to enjoy yourself. Be balanced, see defects of material life and use it as the best of a bad bargain. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
So
Thank you.
this material body is said as bad bargain. Bad bargain. The human life we have received is rarest of rare, but again, compared to what we were in with Krishna, what we are today, it's a bad bargain. But what we can do, the best use of bad bargain is engaging this body, this lifetime in service of Guru and Gauranga, and make the most perfect of that bad bargain and go back to Krishna. Otherwise, as said, the life situation is so miserable. Many people will leave everything and try to become an Mayavadis, or in good situation, it is said that they can become Sahajiyas. So our mood should always be stay balanced and be in the mood of servant of servants. We can't be equal to the Lord. We are all, as said, we are all in this material world in a miserable situations. Everybody are fighting their own battles. Nobody can say that I'm 100% happy. At least we have not rise to that stage to say that we are seeing every difficulties as mercy of the Lord, no complaints, always blissful. At least I can't say to myself. So we are all struggling. So the knowledge of material and spiritual knowledge will help us to rise to that phase where we are overcoming those miserable situation. So what is that knowledge? At least if I can put this knowledge into our basic things, what is that knowledge which will help us to deal with the miseries of our life? Any
That we are
answers?
not this body.
Yes. So we are not this body, we are spirit soul. This knowledge itself will help, because whatever is going on is for this material body. Whatever is happening is by the material relationship what we have got into, right? And we know this is temporary. just like a seasons, it will keep passing. So this knowledge itself will give us lot of hope through the miseries what we are facing, and try to stay steady and follow what is important for us in our spiritual progress. Else, without this knowledge, little disturbance in our material life, the first thing we compromise is our spiritual progress or sadhana. Santoshi Bopana Mataji, you wish to read this for us? I wish to see more hands raised, please. Only 3 hands are raised. Yes,
Hare,
Mataji, you can speak louder.
yeah, Hare Krishna. The miseries of this material world serve to indirectly remind us of our incompatibility with death matter. Intelligent living entities generally take note of these reminders and engage themselves in the culture of Vidya or transcendental knowledge. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So, the miseries what we are going through is indirectly reminding us. What is it reminding? That we are the material body. Sorry, the miseries is for the material body. We are the spirit soul. So we need to stay away, stand out of this body whenever the situation is extremely tough. Stand outside the body and see that this situation is not for me, for the body. And Prabhupada gives a good example of Hiranyakashipu. What is the meaning of Hiranyakashipu?
Hare
Gold
Krishna
and something.
Prabhuji. Gold
Sorry?
and soft bed. Hiranya
Gold.
means gold,
Yes.
and Kashipu means soft bed.
Yes. And Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal to enjoy the wealth, the gold, and the soft bed that is related to the sense enjoyment. That is his purpose for immortality. It is not to serve the Lord. We also want to go back to the Lord and become immortal, break free from the cycle of birth and death. The purpose is to serve the Lord. But here you see, Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal too for his sense enjoyments. That is the reason, even though with so much of intelligence, he tried to seek his boon so that nobody can beat, but he cannot overcome the plans of material nature. He can't overcome the God's law. And again, Prabhupada gives a fever analogy. If you see, when we are sick, we are bedridden, can we enjoy our senses? If the best of the food is brought to us, do we have the taste to eat? Right? We don't feel like that. So the real sense enjoyment for us, how do we understand, is to rise to a stage of self-realization, and in the service of the Lord and his devotees, we will start feeling that real blissfulness. We are all practicing to be. Many of us are still going through a lot of difficulty, but still you are trying to practice. Many times you think, I'm doing so much of devotional service, but where is the blissfulness? Right? So we are qualifying to rise to that stage where we see happiness even in our miseries. Sudarshana Rao Prabhu, you wish to read this for us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Human activities diseased by the tendency toward sense gratification have been regulated in the Vedas under the principles of salvation. This system employs religion, economic development, sense gratification, and salvation. Second point, But at the present moment, people have no interest in religion or salvation, but sense gratification in their aim. Third point, the path of religion is actually meant for self-realization. Salvation is the same as liberation. Devotees are already saved, but they don't ask to stop suffering. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
So the Vedic regulation at the basic level, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, right? So this is the principle given. But today, the people are not bothered about the dharma or moksha, but in between. Dharma, artha, economic development, and kama, sense enjoyment. They are more interested in these things. So the scriptures, as Chanda Mataji said in her summary, the scriptures remind us of our eternal identity and our forgotten relationship with the Lord and the purpose of our life to make our life perfect and spread this message to as many conditioned souls as possible. So our Vedic scriptures remind these things to us. And results of Vidya and Avidya. So the Vidya liberate us from this material bondage, whereas Avidya will make us go deeper into this cycle of birth and death. So here it says we have to understand what the material world is about and learn how to deal with it to go back to Krishna, Yukta Vairagya. We are in this material world, we are in this material body, but how can we make the best out of it is Yukta Vairagya, engaging everything in service of the Lord. By that, we can go back. And this knowledge is given through the scriptures, given through the books written by Srila Prabhupada. So what Srila Prabhupada says, even in my absence, you read the books, what I have to talk, I have written in the books, you can associate with me by reading my books. So we can associate with Srila Prabhupada by reading Prabhupada books. So one who do not take this opportunity seriously is known as Naradhama, or as we discussed in previous classes, Atmaha, killer of soul. And I said, how do we know what is spiritual and what is material? I said that all that we can utilize in the service of Lord can be transformed from the material to the spiritual. That is what Prabhupada gives us instructions. So the conclusion of this chapter, who can read? Santi Shudesh Mataji, can you please read this for us?
Yes, Prince. Conclusion. Sri Ishopanishad herein warns that we must not follow this dangerous path leading to death. On the contrary, we must develop the culture of spiritual knowledge so that we may become completely free from the cruel hands of death. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.14 in the following words. Tasmat ekena manasa Bhagavan Sattvatam Patihi Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Diyeya Pujiascha Nityada. Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is a protector of the devotees. Thank you,
Yes.
Prabhu.
So here, through this sloka, it is clearly saying, therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about the glories, remember and worship the Lord, who is protector of devotees. So we discussed the three basic philosophies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given for our progress in Krishna consciousness. What are the three things we have discussed before? Three things, if we can hold on to it, our going back to Krishna is guaranteed.
SEVA, sadhana and sadhusanga.
Okay, some more try. What you said is right.
Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam.
Some more try.
Serving the
Serving the devotee,
Serving the devotee, yes. That
associating
is
with
one of the
associ ABC, Prabhuji.
A, B, C, D. So it is
Associate.
4. I'm looking for the 3 specific thing as a Bhakti Shastri students. The 3 specific things is extremely important. That is the foundation.
Is it knowledge about the soul, Paramatma, and Supreme Personality of
Okay, I'll
Godhead?
give you a hint by saying the first one. Rest 2, I think you will catch up. First is Namera Ruchi.
Anartha Nibritti and
These are all
Namera
process of
Ruchi,
devotional service. The 3
Jivera,
instructions, Namera Ruchi, Jivera
Jivera.
Daya, and Vaishnava Seva.
Jive Daya, Prabhuji.
Yes. So Namera Ruchi, Jivera Daya, Vaishnava Seva.
Yes, Prabhuji.
These are 3 key things. And then add on to it, everything we can garnish around this. So what does that we garnish? That is, from this sloka we understand attentive listening, Shravanam.
Kirtan, Prabhuji.
Yeah, let me complete, Mataji. There are so many things, but
Yes.
attentive listening and then enthusiastically speak what you heard. Krishna consciousness is learning from one, teaching one, right? So, Srimad Bhagavan, there is a beautiful sloka 1.2.17. Shinmata Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hrudyantosti Api Abhadrani Vidnoti Shuhut Satam. This is Krishna as Paramatma. Krishna as Paramatma cleanses our heart from all the material desires what we have for those devotees who have developed the taste to hear the glories of the Lord. And same thing in similar lines, Bhagavad-gita Sloka 10.10. Does anybody know, remember what is the Sloka 10.10 says?
Sata nit satata. Tesham satat
Yes.
tesham
Tesam satata yuktanam
Dadami
bhajatam
Buddhi
priti
Yoga.
purvakam. Dadadi
dadadi
buddhi yogatvam yena mam upayantate. Dadadi buddhi yogatvam. So those who constantly devoted his life in service of the Lord in love and devotion, I give them the understanding by which we can all go back to the Lord. So now, with love and devotion, we have to serve the Lord, is what the message we get from Bhagavad Gita. So how should we be serving the Lord? What is our Guru Acharyas have given to us? Can we
Serving
serve the
the
Lord
devotees,
directly?
Prabhuji.
Yes. Serving the devotees. Serving our Guru Parampara. So how can we serve our Guru Parampara? What is our mission all about? What is Krishna consciousness mission of Srila Prabhupada all about?
To chant Hare Krishna, to preach Hare
To go
Krishna.
back to go back to Godhead.
Go back to Godhead is the final result. What is the process?
Okay, Shravanam Kirtanam, all that from me.
Yeah.
Serving the
So
Lord and his devotees.
serving the Lord.
spreading the
The
actual
Lord is
knowledge, the absolute truth that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and that human life is given to us to make a choice to go back to Godhead by doing devotional service or to stay back here.
Yes. So serving the devotees. So what are devotees doing?
Chanting the
Vitlite
holy name.
ache yata nagradi grama sarvatra prachara hoye be mera nama. This is the prophecy of the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is devotees doing? Let me try to
Preaching.
connect Dwapara
Prabhuji.
Yuga and Kali Yuga. What is the instruction Arjuna received from Krishna?
Just be an instrument, Prabhu.
Instrument and do what?
Do whatever Krishna says.
What did Krishna say?
Right his
fight.
duty, how to perform
Rise
without
and fight.
attachment, without
Rise,
getting the fruit.
rise and fight.
Yes, rising.
Fight is what Krishna said to Arjuna being a Kshatriya. And what is the message for all of us by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga?
We
Is
should also rise up and spread the knowledge of Krishna. If we cannot spread, we should support people who are spreading the knowledge of Krishna.
perfect answer. Yeah. So for us, the fight is against the Maya. The fight is against all the material society and spread the knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's fight is to spread the love, spread the name of holy names. And how we can serve the Lord is serving the devotee. What are serving devotees are doing across the globe? They are spreading the name to every town, nook and corner. They are spreading the holy names, spreading the message of our scriptures. And what is our responsibility or our duty? As Mataji said, spread this knowledge to as many conditioned souls as possible, directly or support in whatever ways in this mission to spread this message. Everything is considered as devotional service, and that is your perfection of your life. Not necessary we have to be knowing all the slokas. You need to be great speakers. Mukam karoti vachalam. Even a dumb person will speak, and that empowerment will come from our Guru Parampara and Krishna. All is needed is you have to just take one step further. So it is purely by our Guru Parampara's mercy I am able to do whatever I am doing. Otherwise, naturally, I am a very camera shy person. Just by surrendering to the instructions what I received, rest everything is been empowered by our Guru Parampara. So please take these words as you complete your Bhakti Shastri course and progress further. Take up. It is expected from Srila Prabhupada. The students have to learn Bhakti Shastri, learn the Shastras, and spread this message to as many in your capacities. Spread to as many as possible. So let us move to the next sloka. Andam tamat pravishyanti ye sambhutam upashyate tatho bhuya ivate tamo yau sambhutyam rataha. Annapaini Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam Prabhuji. Those who are engaged in the worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance, and still more so do the worshippers of the impersonal absolute. Hare Krishna. Thanks, Prabhuji.
Yes. So this sloka talks about the demigod worship as well as Mayavadis, and what is important, what is the right way of worship. So worship of demigod leads to deep ignorance. Generally, the demigod worship is done for the material opulence. More material opulence you get, more ignorant you become. So you are getting away from the real knowledge. And even more deeper ignorance is impersonalism, Mayavada principle. And only worship of the Supreme Lord leads to the liberation from our material bondage and entanglements. Yes, Aryan Prabhu, can you please read what is Sambhuti and Asambhuti?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sambhuti is absolute personality of Godhead, who is absolutely independent of everything. Asambhuti refers to those who have no independent existence. That is, the child is dependent on his mother. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So Sambhuti is the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is absolutely independent. Asambhuti is all those who are dependent. When I say all those who are dependent, anybody outside Krishna, everybody are dependent on Krishna, including the topmost demigods. Our natural propensity is to get quick results. And mostly we ask for the material benedictions only, and demigods gives faster. And we end up forgetting Krishna and run towards demigods. The power to demigods is given by Krishna. Sloka, Bhagavadgita, Sloka 10.2, Krishna states, Name vidu suraghana prabhavam na maharshayah aham adirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasaha. This sloka says, neither the host of demigods nor the great sages knows my origin or opulence. For in every respect, I am the source of all the powers what demigods and sages hold. Krishna is giving the power and delegating the responsibilities. So Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna is the Sarva Karana Karanam. So all that the demigods hold today is been given by the demigods. Shweta Mataji, can you please read this for us?
Why one cannot know what absolute truth is by negation. Impersonal worshipping, which is usually actually self-worship, is worse than no worship. It is cheating people to falsely surrender. Definition of the absolute by negation is not complete. Such negative definitions lead one to create a concept of one's own. Thus, one imagines that the absolute must be formless and without qualities, which is Brahman realization, reaching the impersonal effulgence of God, and one cannot make further progress to Bhagavan.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. So the philosophers who are trying to define the supreme truth by negation is ending up defining it as formless or without qualities, merging into the Lord. So these are even more worse. These kind of worship is even more worse than not worshipping itself. So such definition only leads one to the impersonalism. And we have learned that to realize the Lord, 3 levels is Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan feature. So these philosophers are stopping at Brahman realization and they can never rise to the level of Bhagavan realization. So worship of demigods, 7.20. Any good shloka reciters in group? Today Kalpana Mataji. Yeah. Neha Jindal Mataji, can you recite this shloka for us?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji pranams.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Kamaste इति ज्ञाना प्रपयन्ते न देवता तं तं नियमम् अस्थाय प्रकृत्या नियतः स्वयः.
Yes. So you can read the translation also now.
Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures.
Yes. So demigod worshippers go to demigod planet. Maybe moon worshipper go to moon planet, sun worshipper may go to sun planet. Even one who go to the topmost material planet, that is Brahma Loka, even that is temporary. In our further slides, we will try to visualize what is the lifespan of Brahma Loka, Brahma, and compare to us how enormous it looks, the Brahma. And when we step one step further and see the Karnodak Shai Vishnu, the way he's creating so many universes, even the Brahma's lifespan looks very tiny. Forget about our lifespan. We will further look into it. Who is to read this? Akshita Reddy Mataji? Antavantu phalam tesam tad bhavanti alpamedasam devan devayajo yanti mad bhakti yanti mam api. Akshita Mataji, you want to unmute and read the translation? Or anybody who has not participated?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Praveen K. Prabhuji. Please read.
Man of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planet of demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Bhagavadgita 7.23.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. So here, those who are worshipping demigods are known as Alpamedasa. So then, what are devotees known as?
Sumedasa.
Sumedasa. Yes. Good. So, Bhagavad Gita 8.16 Sloka, it reminds us that Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna Mam Upatentu Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. So it says, from the highest plan in the material world down to the lowest, all places are places of misery. So many of my friends, they think they don't even know that they are in misery. They are enjoying the life. They say, where is the misery? I am enjoying my life. I have a very beautiful wife. I have a very nice kids. I have a good job. I am a very educated person. I am very happy in my life. Many of them are in such ignorance that whatever the situation you have today, even the prime minister of the country, once he is out of power, nobody will turn towards him. So all these temporary possessions, people are thinking that is the most blissful, happiest thing. So this sloka says, as I was telling 8.16, that this material world is dukkhalem ashashvatam, place of misery, but one who attain my abode, O Kunti, never takes again in this material world, in this misery. That is our endeavors. It says problems of life cannot be solved going to any higher planets. We have to break free from all these material planets, and Shri Upanishad advises to reach the spiritual realm, that is the abode of the Lord. Who is to read this? Anybody who has not participated yet? Keep the hands raised so I can pick some of you. Hare Krishna. Praveen MS Prabhuji is doing Govardhan Parikrama and he wishes to participate. Nice. Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
for giving this SEVA, Prabhuji, although I'm not qualified while doing the parikrama.
Yeah, please.
Pseudo-religionists don't want to get out of this universe, but to maintain the status quo in the material world. Atheists and impersonalists, manufacturers of so-called incarnations who support atheists, mislead such foolish pseudo-regionalists into the darkest regions, preaching the cult of atheism, denying the existence of God. They have neither knowledge nor detachment from material affairs, becoming so-called acharyas without following the principles. The path of salvation from the material clutches fully depends on the principles of knowledge and detachment gained from serving the Lord. A pseudo-religionists have neither of those. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So
Praying
background
for all,
of
Prabhuji.
Praveen Prabhu is Giri Govardhan. Giri Govardhan ki jai.
Jai.
In my recent visit, I got one realization. The Brajvasis never treat Krishna as the Lord. So who is the god of Brajvasis? Whom they
Srimati
worship as God?
Govardhan.
Govardhan.
Yes. Giri Govardhan is the god whom they worship.
Worship.
So this I got to know when I met one of the Brajvasis.
And this is given by the Lord Krishna, he himself, the lifting the Govardhan and saying, asking everyone to worship Govardhan.
Yeah. And Giriraj Govardhan is also known as one of the topmost devotee of the Lord. I had this doubt. How do we understand Krishna and then Giriraj he's known as devotee as well as he's been worshipped as the god. How do I understand? So I asked one very, very elevated, very senior disciple of Srila Prabhupada who had come to Bangalore to our center, and I asked this question to him. He is serving in Vrindavan for so many years. Very simple answer. We try to complicate our questions and try to be in a confused state of mind. He gave a very simple answer which opened my eyes. He said, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came as devotee, he is the Lord himself. Similarly, Giriraj Govardhan is also God. Simple answer. The realization from such devotees is so important. That is the importance of association of such devotees. So here it clearly says these pseudo-religionists, they adopt religion because of fame, status, material comforts, what comes behind. In early days of my Krishna consciousness, somebody had said, if you want to retire as a crorepati, take up some job, work all your life, you will retire as a crorepati. If you want to make 10 crores, in today's scenario, 10 crores you can still do working in a company. But it was said, you want to make 10 crores, take up business, become a businessman. If you want to make 100 crores, you become a politician. And if you want to make 1,000 crores, take up saffron. That is the sad state of today's society. There are so many fake gurus. And it is so important we be in service and shelter of bona fide Guru Acharyas. That is what we get in ISKCON by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And again, Prabhupada himself says, use your intelligence.
Prabhuji, can I share an experience recently?
Yes, Mataji.
You know, one of the Western countries was having a national celebration, and they'd invited us for it. And I was stunned to see somebody who calls himself a world guru, and has one of the largest foundations in South India, and huge following. And he was there dressed in the most fashionable way possible, and giving some lecture, and like roaming around, eating, drinking, everything. Prabhuji, is it that he has
Don't
surrendered everything to the
don't take
Lord and
any
therefore
don't take any names.
participating and it doesn't matter? What is it, Prabhu? I couldn't
So
understand.
yeah, I will come back to you. Don't take any names. This is being recorded.
No names, Prabhuji. I'm
Yeah.
just
So
saying.
what was your question?
So, Prabhuji, is it the distinction, as you say, between rendering everything to the lotus feet of the Lord, and therefore, if you're doing something, if it brings you some help in spreading the Lord's message, then it's okay because it is actually transcendental?
You park this
Or
question. They park this question.
yes, Prabhuji.
Post this session. End of the session, we can discuss more.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so I can understand specifically what you are referring to, and then we
Yes,
can
Prabhuji.
say whether it is Yukta Vairagya or Falgu Vairagya.
Yes,
Okay, we
Prabhuji,
will
exactly.
deliberate on that
Yes.
once the session is over and recording is stopped.
Right, Prabhuji.
Okay,
Thank you.
right. So the point, what I want to say is there are so many fake gurus, and I said they take up because of the fame, money, status, material comfort it comes, and Shri Ishopanishad confirms that such pseudo-religionists are heading towards the most obnoxious place, the dangerous place after the completion of their spiritual master business, is what Prabhupada writes in his purport. So what is recommended for us is Acharyopasana, that is following the bona fide spiritual master. And Krishna also says in Bhagavadgita 4.2, Evam parampara praptim. So we need to understand what is the bona fide paramparas, who are all the bona fide spiritual masters. Many times, even in bona fide paramparas, there may be fake gurus. Not everybody are pure devotees. So we need to be extremely careful to whom we are surrendering and serving. Ye yathamam prapadyante. Again, it is very scary, right? But the hope comes with this. Ye yathamam prapadyante. If you are sincere, if your intentions are sincere, if what you are seeking is sincere, then Krishna will take care. This is the hope we get. So conclusion, the only permanent solution, what is the permanent solution? So the demigod worship is temporary. Impersonal worship is deeper ignorance. Devotional service to the Lord is the only permanent thing. The final conclusion, the material universe is darkness. And what is the analogy given? If anybody you have read this, so it gives the analogy about the material universe. What Prabhupada compares to. So the analogy given is coconut, the hard shell outside and inside it is half filled. Inside the coconut, there is no source of light. That is why there is sun, stars, moon. It is all light. This power, as said, is being given by, they are taking it from the effulgence of the Lord. So the final conclusion is Krishna is the absolute complete truth, and only bhakti leads to eternal life full of knowledge, bliss. Satchid Ananda. Let us quickly move to the next sloka. We'll continue till 10:30 today and try to complete another 2 slokas. Anya devahu sambhavad, anya dahur asambhavad, iti shushruma dhiranam, yenastad vichakshire. So who is to read this? Anybody who have not participated yet? Sita Kundadevi Dasi Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Sita Kundadevi Mataji, you can continue.
It is said that one result is obtained by worshipping the supreme cause of all causes, and that another result is obtained by worshipping what is not supreme. All this is heard from the undisturbed authorities who clearly explained it. Thank you,
Yes.
Prabhuji. Hare
So here it is said that you worship anybody, you will reach the ultimate destination is same. It is not right. We already discussed in our previous sloka as well as this sloka also clearly says that different worship, different result. You can't sow the seed of a mango and expect papaya out of it. Worship of Supreme is Sambhuta, gives the result. Worship of non-Supreme gives a different result. And this knowledge we get by the authority, hearing from undisturbed authorities. That is our Acharyas. So it said, not every road leads to Rome. Who wishes to read? I see so many devotees not raising
Hare
hands.
Krishna Prabhuji, should I read?
Yeah, please read. See, every time if I have to pick, I am losing some time. So please keep your hands raised so I can give more chance. All those devotees, Shivkumar Prabhu, Praveen Prabhu, Shweta Mataji, Suraj Prabhu, Akshita Mataji, Aryan Prabhu, keep the hands raised so I can pick, give you some of the opportunities for all of you. Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Not every road leads to Rome. The bona fide spiritual master cannot say that any of all the paths lead to the same supreme goal. Any common man can understand that a person can reach his destination only when he has purchased a ticket for that destination. A person who has purchased a ticket for Calcutta cannot reach Bombay. Different destinations according to worship.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
So a
Pranam.
person who has purchased ticket for Calcutta cannot reach Bombay. Bhagavadgita 9.5 Sloka. Yanti deva vrata deva pitrin yanti pitir vrataha bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino pimam. So it says, those who worship demigod will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors, Pitrus, they take birth in Pitruloka. Those who worship ghost and spirit take birth among such beings. And those who worship me come back to live with me, is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, Shivakumar Prabhu, you please read this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanatram. System of hearing from authorities. Unless one hears from Acharya who is never disturbed by the changes of material world, one cannot have the key to transcendental knowledge. Bona fide Acharya never presents anything that is not mentioned in the Vedic literature. Our business is to raise ourselves to the highest status of life as preachers of Krishna's message, and one should live himself kindly, then he should instruct others. Letter dated 17th December 1972.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. So clearly says again, Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Evam Paramparam Praptim.
अरे मेरा क्लास चल रहा है भाई 1 मिनट
So when not talking, please keep on mute. Hare Krishna. Yes. So Krishna has said, Evam Paramparam Praptim. The supreme science was thus received. It has to be received through disciplic succession. It is extremely important. And what it says, unless one hear from Acharya who is never disturbed by the changes of material world. This statement is extremely important. And the best example is our Guru Maharaj. Param Puja His Holiness Jayapataka Guru Maharaj. Every day we get his updates on medical. It is so critical. Please pray and other things. But every day we see him attending so many events, going to so many places. Irrespective of his material situation, he is not stopping to complete the orders of his Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. This week, we were fortunate by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga to serve one of the very senior Maharaj, who is disciple of Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, by absolutely out of nowhere, he was in Bangalore and I got the opportunity to meet him, serve him. And eventually it turned up that the Maharaj visited our home to stay overnight. And next day morning, I have dropped him to airport. So when I was discussing with him, one glory of our Guru Maharaj, which I never realized, in our Guru Parampara, after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our Guru Maharaj is the youngest to accept Sannyasa Diksha at the age of 21 and is the longest serving sannyasi in our entire Gaudiya Sampradaya. Such a glories, we are so blessed to be in shelter of such devotees by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And watering the root. Shweta Mataji used to read for us.
Watering the root analogy. If you take the devotional service, Krishna helps within the heart. If you really want to do something for humanity that actually works, you have to worship Krishna. Analogy of watering the root. False attempts of spiritual leaders for worshipping the demigods and humanity are like watering the leaves instead of the root, and everything dries up for want of nourishment. Real service to humanity is rendered when one teaches surrender and worship of the Supreme Lord.
Yes. So serving the Supreme Lord is watering the root. Rest everything is like watering the leaves. So this knowledge we get by our spiritual master. There is another beautiful sloka here, Srimad Bhagavatam 4.31.14. Yatha taror mula nischechanena triptyanti tat skanda bujopashakaha pranopaharach yatendriyanam tataiva sarvahanam achyutejya. As pouring water on the root of the tree energizes the trunk, branch, twig, and everything else.
Krishna Prabhuji, we are unable to hear you.
We can hear clear.
Are you not able to hear me?
Yes, it's clear, Prabhuji.
Anybody
We
else?
can hear Prabhuji.
I think you may try increasing your volume, Mataji. Just check. Okay.
I think it was internet issue from my side.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this again says this sloka confirms that serving the Lord, all other demigods are also happy. Many times we have come into Krishna consciousness. We are not born devotees. At least in my case, I took up to Krishna consciousness when I was 40 years old. So there is so much of baggage of worshipping various demigods and many other rituals. It is very tough to leave those things, right? But at the same time, two things we need to understand. One is, by serving demigods, because of their blessings, we got Krishna today in our lives. So we should not disrespect demigods. At the same time, we need to know that serving the Lord also pleases the demigods. Yeah, pouring the water on the root of the tree, it energizes just like it energizes all the branches, twig, trunks. Similarly, serving the Lord will pleases the demigods as well. So don't be bothered that what am I doing right or wrong. With so many years of practice, it is always difficult, right? And Buddha and Abuddhaya. Buddha is one who learned Buddha, knows this from the evidence given by the sages and Vedas. Buddha are people like Arjuna who hear the Vedic knowledge of Bhagavadgita from the Supreme Person. So, how can we become Buddha? Is by taking shelter of bona fide spiritual master. Anything else is Abhodaya. Chanda Mataji, can you please read this for us? Meaning of Sambhavat and
Yes,
about
Prabhuji.
more definition on the Buddha.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Sambhuta, supreme cause of all causes. The second point is everything emanates from Lord Krishna. Worship of Sambhuta leads to liberation. In this mantra of Shri Isho Upanishad, the word Sambhuvat by worship of the supreme cause is very insignificant. Lord
Very
Krishna,
significant, not very
very
significant.
significant. Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and everything that exists has emanated from him. Who is truly learned means Buddha. So Buddha means one who knows Krishna is all in all. Such person worship only Krishna. Their conviction comes from faith, love, hearing from undisturbed Acharya.
Yeah. Just allow me just a minute. I'll take short break. Yeah. So Sambhuta, supreme cause of all causes. Which is the shloka which says Krishna is the cause of all causes? Ishvara Parama Krishna.
Yes.
Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. The topmost demigod, Brahma Samhita, Brahma is saying this. So all scriptures are saying that Krishna is the supreme cause of all causes. And Bhagavadgita, Krishna himself is telling, Aham sarvasva prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Krishna is saying, I am the source of all spiritual and material emanating from me. The wise who perfectly knows this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart. At the same time, person who derides this fact is known as what?
Abhata.
Sorry?
Mudha.
Muda. Muda. Opposite of Buddha is Muda. 9 point, Sloka 9.11. Avajnanati mamuda manushim tanumashritam parambhava ajannato mama bhuta maheshwaram. Fools who derides me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Personality of Godhead of all. So we will, the final conclusion of this chapter. Who is to read?
Can
Quickly.
I read it, Prabhu?
Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Final perfection, Sambhava. Devotee becomes liberated even while living, sees the Lord at every step, freed from material attachment, attains the eternal relationship with Supreme Lord. Final conclusion, different worship is equal to different destination. Only worship of Supreme Cause Krishna gives liberation. Hearing from undisturbed Acharya is essential. Bhakti is the only complete and permanent solution.
Yes, thank you very much. So I wanted to cover one more shloka today. If we are all okay, we can go for another 10, 12 minutes and complete this, or we can complete in our next session as well. So what do you want? I'm
Yes,
okay
sir.
with both.
You
Reading
can
with
complete, Prabhuji.
Continue,
Sorry,
Prabhuji.
continue.
Continue, Prabhuji. Yes,
continue,
Prabhuji.
sir.
Hari Bol. Thank you. Okay. So 14 shloka. Sambhutim cha vinasham cha yastad vidho bhayam saha vinashena mrityum tritva Sambhutyamritam ashnute. Yeah, who is to read this?
Hare
Shall I
Krishna
read,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji?
Somebody who has not participated enough will give chance. Don't have much time to choose as well. Aryan Prabhuji, I am not picking because you have not participated. I just saw your name and I am picking you. You can just read this for us. Or Praveen K. Prabhu. Or any of the Matajis who want to read. Let us move further.
Shall I go ahead, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please go.
Hare Krishna. One should know perfectly the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna and his transcendental name, form, qualities, and pastimes, as well as the temporary material creation with its temporary demigods, men and animals. When one knows these, he surpasses death and the ephemeral cosmic manifestation with it. And in the eternal kingdom of God, he enjoys his eternal life of bliss and knowledge. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So again, we started the Sloka 11 with the importance of knowing both material and spiritual nature. The same thing we try to complete today with this particular Sloka, that one must know perfectly the Lord's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. And also, one should understand the temporary material creation. Yeah. So, knowing both, one surpasses the death and attain the eternal life, is what we are going to learn in this particular sloka. Who is to read this? Sita Kundadevi Mataji, you want to read this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Sambhutim, the eternal personality of Godhead, his name, form, pastimes, qualities, and paraphernalia. Vinasha, the temporary manifestation of demigods, men, animals, etc. No one, that is demigod, man, animal, or plant, in contact with material nature can be beyond the 6 laws of transformations, namely birth, growth, maintenance, production of byproducts, deterioration, and finally death, and survive forever in the material world. Scientists and politicians are trying to make this world deathless because they have no information about the deathless spiritual world. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Just allow me a minute. Yeah. So here, I just want to touch this particular thing, what we are trying to understand. Sambhutim Vinasha. Sambhutim is the Lord and Vinasha is the one which is temporary manifestation and it will destroy. When we talk about destruction of this material universe, we touch upon the lifespan of the Brahma and try to see where we stand against Brahma. Brahma's life, one day is equal to 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas. The Kali Yuga is how many years?
5 million years.
Sorry?
Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years.
Yes, 4,32,000 years, and you multiply, you get Satya Yuga. All put together into 1,000 such yuga is one day of Brahma, which is equal to 4.32 billion years. I seriously, from my level 1, I have never tried to understand these zeros. But the context, what I want to understand is, one day of Brahma is 4.32 billion years. One full day of Brahma is double of that, around 8 0.64 billion years. And when we step further and see how this material cosmic manifestation is happening by Karonada Kashai Vishnu, every breath is taking, every breath is leaving out. Millions of such Brahmandas are creating and annihilating. So that is our Lord, Karonada Kashai Vishnu. And Krishna is much above, and we are aiming to go back to Krishna in this lifetime. Yeah, from the perspective of what Karanodakshai Vishnu is doing, the 8.64 billion years of Brahma is very, very tiny, isn't it? And when I see my own lifespan, from the eyes of Brahma, it is even more shorter than an ant. And we are trying to make big plans. And we are getting distressed for the material miseries or getting overjoyed with whatever it is. Our time is very, very tiny. And within this tiny time, we have to make the maximum utilization in Krishna consciousness. It is said that demigods are doing tapasya for many, many years to take birth in material world, because from here they can do bhakti and go back to Krishna. When are we going to understand the importance of this time in this lifetime and engage in unalloyed devotional service? Is the realization we have to take away from this class. So different energies. So there is a beautiful sloka in Vishnu Purana 6.7.61 which says Vishnu Shakti para prokta kshetrajna tatha para avidya karma samyagna tirtya shaktir ishyate. So this talks about the para and apara shakti, the superior, marginal, inferior energies we have discussed before. So we have the choice to rise above or fall down. So somebody can read. Madhuri Manishi Ganga Mataji, can you read this for us?
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Lord can be approached only by unalloyed devotional service and not by the process of jnana, karma, or moksha. The karmis can elevate themselves to the Swargaloka planet, includes the sun and moon. Jnanis and yogis can attain higher planets like Maharloka, Tapoloka, Brahmaloka, from where they can go to the illuminating cosmic atmosphere of the spiritual sky, Brahman, or Vaikuntha planet according to their qualification. No one can enter Vaikuntha planet without being trained in devotional service. Hare Krishna
So
Prabhuji.
Bhagavad Gita 8.22, it reminds us, Purusha sa parapartha bhaktya labhyastav ananyaya yashyantha stani bhutani yena sarva idam tatha. So Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is greater than all. He is attainable only by unalloyed devotional service. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading. He is there everywhere. So we have to look the mercy of the Lord and engage in service of the Lord to go back to Goloka Vrindavana. The conclusion of this chapter, we discuss Sambhuti and Vinasha. Sambhuti is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vinasha is the temporary material manifestation, and we need to know both. Just like the example which I gave, traffic rules, we need to know the do's and don'ts. Similarly, we need to know both and utilize the material nature, whatever is there in service of the Lord, and break free, escape from birth and death by engaging in devotional service. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your patient listening, your time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, kindly send the attendance link, Prabhuji.
Who can take the screenshot? I will take the screenshot. I will pass on this to We'll pass on this
No,
to
Prabhuji.
Arpita
Prabhuji, it
Mataji.
is already there.
Attendance link is already there.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Kindly resend it, Mataji.
Yeah. We will try to resend.
Yes,
Send
Mataji sent
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yes.